People's Healing Hour on WACR 90.3 FM radio. Miriam, say what up to the people. All right. We here, baby. Another beautiful Wednesday. Living life aglow with shining so bright. Tune into the vibes that'll take you to new heights. There we go. Got him.
All right, babe. We got this.
Okay.
Where are you doing the walks?
I'm going to do them in different places. Yeah. All right. We're going to go live in a couple seconds.
I'm live, babe.
You ready?
You know I'm live.
Uh-huh. All right. Scoot a little forward. Bring the mic down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. You here? You here? We everywhere. All right. All right. Welcome to another episode of the People's Healing Hour on WHCR 90.3 FM radio. I am your host, known in the streets and in the clinics as the People's Herbalist. And today I have a special guest, not a newbie, but a return guest. That I'm so happy
not a newbie, baby. Not a newbie.
We got Miriam, the tea lady from Tea Salon. Welcome back to the show, Miriam.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. Thank you, and thank you. Yay!
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about a few topics. Obviously, we're going to get into some teas, but it is Autism Awareness Month. So I wanted to have a conversation about this because there's a lot of people, parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, and honestly, individuals that are just dealing with this autism spectrum disorder diagnosis. I want to go into what it means, talk a little bit about some of the things that we can do to support those that have been diagnosed on the spectrum, and kind of demystify what some of the common misconceptions are about this. Also, we're going to celebrate some awesome things that have been happening across the world. You know, the Artemis 2 mission, heard about this, the return of these astronauts that took a trip around the moon. I want to go into that a little bit. But also, we're going to discuss just the beauty of the springtime. It's springtime now.
Oh,
baby.
It's springtime, and it's beautiful. The cherry blossoms are out. The magnolias are out. You could see the buds on the trees turning green. You could feel it. You know, it's just it's a good time to put rosemary on your stove and let it burn through the house and clear up and sage the house.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Now there's also, you know, I cannot not mention this, but it has officially been 10 years of the People's 2026 marks a 10-year mark of me being in business.
Whoa, we love that.
I love it, right? I'm so
welcome. Well, then you know something that's beautiful. Mm-hmm. I've been doing it 32 years.
32.
Can you imagine adding another 22 years to the brilliance of what you have now, to the amazing information that's in that little head of yours, and expand it another 22 years? Imagine all the info and all the events and all the healing that you're doing around the world.
I appreciate it. And I cannot wait to continue to build on this knowledge base and the experience and bringing events and good vibes to people. That's one thing that I find extremely fulfilling, but also purposeful. It makes me feel like this is one of my missions on this planet, is to bring people together and to have people connect and learn about nature, you know, and their role in nature and their connection to nature, and remember some of the things that we've forgotten about nature and how we are so reliant, but also an intricate part of it. So yeah, man, 22 more years I got.
You got it.
Shoot, man, you've been out this for a while, Miriam. So,
I've been at this for a while, and and every day I learn something new.
mm,
It amazes me that you think, oh well, I got this, I got this. You know what? You don't got
you
it.
don't got it.
You don't got it. And every day something else shows up, and every day someone says, you want to go to the Berkshire, Yoga Fest in June and learn about the wisdom of the world of tea. Do you want to go to New Life Expo and be with Julian Michael and speak on the world of tea and numerology at the end of this month? I mean, every day someone comes up with another idea of how to pair the brilliance of wellness, health, and how to bring it to your customer, your individual, that
Right.
to a new generation. You are amazing because you bring it to the new generation.
That's the
You
goal.
bring it. My guys think they know it all. Hey, I got that. I got that. It's not true. They don't have it. They stuck in old ways, and you bring the new ways to them. And this is your magic. I really see that. I hear it now.
Thank you.
Really, and it's beautiful because they need to hear it from someone of your age. What you bring to the table
Right.
is sweet.
It's important. The information is timeless, but the deliverer of the information in different ways. You can touch different demographics, age groups, nationalities, all kinds of socioeconomic statuses, everything that brings some differences in the world. We can have different voices, different faces, different identities, talk about these same useful teas and herbs to help our nation feel better. That's
Good
that's the
luck.
goal. That's the goal.
Good luck.
And it's beautiful collaboration and connecting all the people that are in a wellness space. That's a very tall task,
Well,
but
let me tall test.
I'm up
Listen,
to it.
in the 60s, Timothy Leary wanted to put LSD in the water for everyone to come same place. If we, that was his goal, ladies and gentlemen. Timothy Leary wanted everyone to be floating on that time base. And if we can get everyone a little bit attuned to knowing that when they wake up and have that quiet moment and sit with that silence for just a little bit without the phones, without anything around them, without checking and reading and looking and doing, just get quiet and then have that cup of tea, have whatever that, drink says good morning to you.
Right. And having a ritual is so critical, especially in the morning time. Doing something that grounds you in your habit, but also brings you value to your health so you can conquer your days. That's what we're here to do. Every day, in every way, you want to get better and better. And teas are one of those low hanging fruit, I think, to really maximize your potential and your ability to handle everyday stressors. So, man, you mentioned Timothy Leary and LSD in the water. Man, this is craziness. But we're at a time now where psychedelics are really catching fire in mainstream medicine. Now, we've gone through that time, where psychedelics were totally banned and considered threats to national security and all kinds of stuff. But it's only so long we can hide the science. And the science is saying some incredible things about what some of these psychedelics can do for our brain.
Well, you have to clarify the word psychedelics because
Right.
psychedelics has an old connotation to it.
Right. So
let's bring the new words in.
let's talk about entheogenic herbs.
Yes.
Let's talk about psilocybin in particular.
Well, you could talk about psilocybin, you could talk about hemp, you could talk about weed, you could talk about mushrooms. Mushrooms they're really learning how it can open up. It's another way of just releasing what's held in a little box in the back of your head. And all of a sudden you get, well, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. I never saw it that way. And it lets you open up. It's great for musicians. It's great for people that are just stuck a little bit and they're just trying to figure it out. I'm dealing with a musician right now that I'm working with. That's one of his issues. He wants to open up his field of sound. And he thinks that mushrooms is going to be that way of doing it. And it's beautiful to watch people just blossom through the process. And listen, mushrooms and herb. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. We didn't bring it to the table
Thousands of
yesterday.
years.
Yeah, thousands.
Many
Oh, thank you.
ancient historic civilizations have used this as a
Listen, if it was up to
divination
me,
tool.
I would have it, you know where, sitting in Washington, sitting in the water there because they need to like take a deep breath.
Yes, and it's funny.
Mm.
I've heard this statement. It's like, look, the people that are in power have never truly experienced mushrooms, and the people that have experienced mushrooms know why that's a problem. Because they don't. There's a connection piece to all that you
Right.
get from
Mhm.
indulging in some of these things. Now, this is not an endorsement for everybody to go out there and just try some substances. Okay?
No,
Let's
no,
first
that's
tell you
not what
that
this
first and
is
foremost.
about. It's
This is
about being
education.
open. It's about being
Right.
open to, it could even be peppermint tea. It could
Right.
even be, a rooibos base, with great herbs to it. Listen, you have a great hibiscus tea. That's amazing. Uh, I was doing a retreat in Minla I'm a Buddhist, and I was doing a Buddhist retreat up in Minla in Phoenicia, and we were doing qigong. One of my teachers, Paul Bloom, and sitting next to me was this woman. And outside of the class, I was serving tea every day, 5 days. And all of a sudden, we left the class. People were buying, all their teas from me and leaving the room. And about 5 days later, I was at a weekend retreat with women. And all of a sudden, my phone is going crazy. I mean, off the charts. And this young girl, 22 years old, sitting next to me goes, Miriam, you've gone viral. I
Oh
go,
goodness.
Lana, what's viral? She goes, somebody drank one of your teas. It was Dr. Naomi Wolf. And she had a cold when she came back from being at the retreat. And she pulled out a bag of my hibiscus queen. And she drank it and she put it on the air. It saved me. My cold is gone.
Beautiful.
Well, no one, the problem with viral, they have to tell you they're doing it. Because if they don't tell you, they're about to tell their 2 million
Now
listeners.
you're getting inundated with messages
Right.
and
And
alerts
orders
and
and
orders.
orders and orders. And I'm sitting
That's
there
a good
going,
problem to have,
no, it's
Miriam.
a champagne problem, but I wasn't prepared. You have to be prepped. And
Right.
so I learned a lot about one, about going viral, two, about how important is it the right person says the information, just like you do. You're the
Yes.
right person that says it. And all of a sudden they like listen to it and they go, wait a minute. This is a good idea. Maybe I should have some hibiscus tea, or maybe I should have before and after yoga and open up my chest and breathe into it. Maybe I should drink like something that kind of balances the energy of my day in class
Right.
and going to school and doing what we're doing. I love I have my grandson, he's 16. His school, his friends work for me.
That's
They
beautiful.
get on the ferry. I'm in Edgewater. They get on the ferry. I pick them up and they pack tea all day long. And let me tell you, they ask the greatest questions. 16.
Got to get them young. You got to get them
That's why
young.
I'm saying how brilliant you
That's the
are,
beauty. I
is
love
to
it.
be here and they're listening to you and you give a whole other side that's delicious and informative.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, man. We here. This is what we do here on the People's Healing Hour, WHCR 90.3 FM radio, the voice of Harlem. This is the beauty of having access to delivering information to the people. And to jump into our first topic, we're going to discuss autism awareness, beyond the label and beyond ableism, which is a term that I learned pretty recently, about 2 years ago, working with an organization called I Am Dad. All right, I Am Dad, who's the organizer is Quentin Mesenton, a father of two boys who are diagnosed on. But I Am Dad stands for I Am Defining Autism Differently. Which was I thought was a beautiful acronym. And to jump into this, oftentimes people talk about autism like it's one thing. It's a clear, simple delineation, but it's not really. It's a spectrum. And there's no single look, there's no single behavior, there's no single story that defines every person that has this label. So there's like these things that are common denominators that I've seen. Common denominators and they're kind of like stereotypes, but simply put, the nervous system of an individual is a little bit different, and they process the world in a different way. And mostly there's social communication issues, there are some sensory processing issues, or I should say differences, and pattern and information processes. Those are different as well. Those three things are usually the most prevalent, I guess, when evaluators are looking and determining if someone is on the spectrum or not. But I'll tell you from my experience, I have a son who's been diagnosed on the spectrum, and his uh, struggles are more sensory, and he hates elephants. Very different thing. But elephants scare the crap out of him. He will run for the hills if he even sees an elephant. But he has never had no issues with any other. Like, I don't know where it came from, but it's one of those things. So everybody has their differences within the spectrum, and I think that when people hear autism, there's an automatic assumption that they're either highly functioning, there's nothing wrong, or on the other side, they're in need of 24-hour care and can't do for themselves.
That's not true.
Right. So the fact is, like, the spectrum is so wide, it's very confusing, and I understand why people can be confused. And we don't want to generalize and diminish what people on the spectrum are capable of. I think that's the term ableism, which is a newer term that is being used to combat the negative assumptions that come from people that have some neurodiversity or developmental difference. So, I think I heard the quote, there is a silent and subtle bigotry to having a low bar of expectations for somebody because you assume that they have disability.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, there's another side to that. I have a friend that has a beautiful retreat center up in Woodstock called The Nest, and she's got a fabulous son, and I'm very, very close to them. And it was the first time about 5 years ago when I started going up to this retreat, and her son Jeremy's on the spectrum. And I will tell you, I've never been that close on a week. I spent the weekend, I would come in, and they're divinely delicious. He's a musician, so the mother has the capability build a beautiful, engineering musical. What is it called? Studio,
right,
for him to play. And you got to see this kid. I mean, he does music all day long because they get into it. They're in it. They get very focused, just like your son who's afraid of elephants. Not that he sees an elephant every day hanging out, in your neighborhood, but they get very focused, and he's very focused on his music.
That's one of those things.
Right. And I drive up, he knows I love Andre Bocelli. So I drive up this long driveway to get up to the Nest, and you could hear Andre Bocelli coming out of his big speakers, knowing I was coming. And they're very astute. They know what they like, and they know what they don't.
And there's a bluntness,
right,
and an honesty,
yes,
that comes out of their mouths,
right.
And it's not purposefully mean. It's not.
No, it's not.
Intentionally.
There's no
rude.
filters.
There's no filters.
No
It is
filters.
straight up, exactly what it is, as real as it can be.
No. And it's beautiful. There's something really to learn from it because they teach you a lot about their clarity and how they get so emotionally involved in what what they are. And I think that you're right, that people all of a sudden hear the word autism and they immediately go down this funnel of this is the way it is. It's not at all.
Right.
It's like someone that, whatever. I mean, they look at somebody at a certain age. Oh, she's 75. You know how they are. They get really cranky and old, and. And meanwhile, I'll tell somebody my age, you go, what? Really? You're in your 70s? And they already have me funneled down this way of, oh, do you want me to get you a walker? No, I'm fine. Thank you. But it's the same thing with autism. They immediately hear the word, like someone will hear the word cancer, C word, and they immediately funnel down that road. that they think it's the end all, and it's not.
Right.
And it's the beginning. Having a son, almost like you've been blessed, because you have to really stay, aware and alert and conscious of his needs. You can't just wake up every morning and just, up. It's beautiful.
It's a blessing for sure to
Yes.
wake up every single day
Right.
to a child that you can love. But I will tell you, it is
Yeah.
a struggle. And I'll speak on behalf of parents that have children that are on the spectrum. There are things that you want to make sure that they learn, right?
But you could take
You
the
want
word
to make
struggle
sure.
out.
No. When you have your child talking back to you
No, I
all the
know.
time,
I know.
right?
I
So
know.
what I'm saying is this is a struggle in
Right.
parenting across the board. But when you have a child that, oh, we got a caller? Is that a caller coming in?
Oh, I put it out there that I'm
Uh-oh.
here. Get ready.
Hold up,
Oh no,
hold up.
everybody.
Here we go.
Let's see who's calling. Anything's possible. Get ready.
Good morning and welcome to the People's Healing Hour. What's your name? Where you calling from? Uh-oh.
Julian Michael.
Oh, Julian. He's one of the most brilliant numerologists in the world.
Hi, Julian. How you doing?
Oh, he's brilliant. Oh, I love this man.
I'm doing great. Good morning.
Good morning.
On this 15th of Wednesday, 2026.
Numerology. Get ready.
I've been listening to the show, and I find it very informative and enlightening. You guys are really hitting on some interesting topics.
Well, thank you for that, Julian. I appreciate you calling in, man. Wait, where are you from, Julian?
I'm originally from the United States. I'm from born and raised in Astoria, Queens.
Beautiful. Queens in the building, man. Thank you for tapping in with us. Is there any points that you wanted to drop on us this morning?
Everything in the universe is number, and that number has a meaning. So what if letters correspond to numbers and they have a meaning? They have a reason for being there in their language. You're talking about has a different perspective. Your name, your birth date, even what Miriam is talking about so beautifully about word and her whole, one of her purposes in life is to be of service with T, T-E-A. Interesting that you have this word T, and the T is letter of the alphabet. Let's say it's a 2. It's a 5. Now you have 5, and the A is the first letter of the alphabet. Let's say it's a 1. Let's say that words as our name and birth date also have meaning to themselves. And we can take a word and find the soul's meaning of that word as T, being an 8, vibration.
That's my Julian. There he is. I have to tell you, he is so brilliant. We're doing at New Life Expo at the end of the month in New York City. We're doing numerology and the wisdom in the cup, which you have to come to. It's going to be in the green room in the morning at 10:45, and he's going to put just that moment that he just gave us, and then add a wisdom, add a cup of tea, and watch your mind open up of the possibilities. And I think your son would be great at that, because all of a sudden he would get into numbers and what numbers mean. People on the spectrum, they get very focused and funneled. They get very astute. This is the way they see it. This is the way they want it. And once he opens up to and he does, Julian does privates that you might like to do with your son,
When is this event happening?
This event is happening on the 25th and 26th of this month of April on Saturday and Sunday. And Miriam and I will be speaking on Sunday morning from 10:30 to 11:15. And if I can add this, my friends, The word has a meaning, like T being an 8, and 8 is power, and you have two zeros there, the bottom zero, top zero. Let's say the bottom zero is your physical, material, money world. The top is your mental and your intuitive world. So they both lie on each other evenly in equal distance, in harmony. It's not a Picasso painting, the 8. So there's all this harmony taking place in this 8, and that's why it is a vibration of power and also circulation. And you turn it sideways, and it's metaphorically the mother's breast, which sure gives soul force, soul juice onto the human being. Also, if you look at it, it's the signature of infinity, infinite mind, infinite power, infinite love, infinite intelligence. It also is the DNA. So this vibration of 8 has all these different dimensions and worlds to it, as T does.
Oh,
As T does.
thank you. I am so glad you called in. Thank you, my sweets. Thank you for calling in. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. I am honored to play with him and be with him. It's great. I knew there was
I know you guys are busy.
Yes.
A word like autism. A word like autism. AUTISM. A is a 1. U is a 3. T is a 2. I is a 9. S is a 1. M is a 4. Comes out to 20 over 2. That 20 over 2 is known as the bridge. The bridge of the conscious and the subconscious. The bridge of heaven and earth, heaven and hell. It's a bridge. And in numerology, the 20 also is called hidden knowledge. It's that of the word also of light. The word light, L-I-G-H-T. So both autism and this bridge and this vibration of light intelligence is this 2 vibration. So we go further than just as Miriam was talking about, that autism is something to look deep into one's conscious, subconscious, to understand why someone has this and what is it that they deserve to do with it in regards to having it, and can they live with it?
Wow.
I love that. That's bridge beautiful. Of light.
Yep.
Using numerology.
That's Julian. That's beautiful. The rage of light. That's my Julian. Thank you, Julian. I'm so glad you called in,
man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Man. All right now. Man, that's special to take those numbers, letters to turn into numbers to bring meaning. I think that's a beautiful point. And it reminds me of when we had Lloyd Strayhorn on the show. You was here for that, actually.
Yeah, I was.
You was here for that. He said my number was 8 as well.
Right.
He said,
yes.
A number of power and infinity. It's a beautiful thing, man. So numerology is something I think can bring some clarity to people that are looking and can't find some answers. But man, we're here on WACR 90.3 FM radio, the voice of Harlem, discussing some incredible things. And your event is coming the 25th, 26th. You know, WACR is celebrating the 40th year on the radio, being the voice of Harlem. 40 years this radio station has been here. Yes.
When is their anniversary?
This year is the anniversary of 40 years. Wow. So April 30th, that is a Thursday, from 7 to 9 p.m., National Jazz Day. There's going to be an event right here in City College at the Aaron Davis Hall.
Oh, I can't wait. I got to come.
Everybody, if you guys would like to be there, I will be there as well with a mocktail bar set up.
Not without me, or
okay, you're gonna be there too. So you guys get your tickets.
You're not doing mock cocktails without me.
WHCR.org. Okay. You can get the tickets. Get them fast, please, because this is a very incredible event, and we don't know how long tickets are going to be lasting for, but every ticket sold is supporting this station, supporting the fact that we can be here on the radio with you every morning or every Wednesday morning, the People's Healing Hour. But every day, there's some kind of programming going on with no corporate sponsorships. We are not under the thumb of Pfizer. We do not have to answer to overlords when it comes to ads and marketing. We are the voice of people saying what we want and sharing what the people have to say without censorship.
I love that.
It's a beautiful thing to have this radio station. We can't take it for granted. So go to WHCR.org, get yourself a ticket for April 30th, and pull up and enjoy a beautiful night of jazz right here at City College at Aaron Davis Hall. I'm excited about this because I love jazz music. I don't know about you.
Oh, you do? Do you have any idea who you're sitting next to?
Oh, man. Tell me something.
Here it comes.
Here we go.
I used to be Herb Alpert's partner.
Okay.
Herb Alpert is Tijuana Brass, A&M Records, jazz, and jazz. And we sold it to A&M. We sold it. And I launched a fragrance with Herb called Listen.
Okay, hold on. Before we jump into that, because I'm going to play some of that, I want you to tell me some tracks that we're going to play from Herb. But before we do that, I want to continue the topic of acknowledging Autism Awareness Month.
Oh, it's so important.
And the parents and their
challenges,
children, and the challenges that our society is facing, and what we're doing to try to cope with the differences in learning. All right, this is an important factor because in the schools, they're doing their best, but I think that there's a lot more that can be done to cater to how the differences of children at this point, they're learning and absorbing and expressing themselves. And we are still stuck in a time where we want to fix things. Like some things can't be fixed. And you can't just assume that someone's broken because they learn differently than you do, or they see the world and express themselves a little differently than we do. For example, eye contact, right? That's something that we look as a sign of respect in the United States. But, we have children that, that eye contact is something that is uncomfortable for them. It's not like they're disrespectful. They're still listening to you. They're still engaged, but the eye contact may be fleeting, but that doesn't necessarily mean
they're not thinking, they're not there.
Right.
And they are very there.
Exactly.
That's just one of their spectrum things that goes on. I know, I've seen it. I've been there.
And I'll tell you, I've struggled with this. I've been like, Max, my son, like, look at me when I'm talking to you. It's like, I heard you, Dad. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me let go of that one because he is listening to me. He hears everything. But just because he's not looking at me doesn't mean that he's not listening to me.
No. And my daughter has a stepsister, and she teaches in a school because her daughter is on the spectrum.
Yeah.
And she teaches in a school kids with spectrum. She has a whole platform in the classrooms.
The amount of kids now, it's 1 in 32 is the assumption.
They drank the Kool-Aid.
And then there's honestly, it's assumed that there's more in different demographics of society.
I think it's second generation,
but
the parents drank the Kool-Aid.
But this is where we're at now. So we're trying to pick these pieces up and make sure that we are catering to our society at this point.
I think that we need to come up with an herbal blend that will deal with the different parts of the spectrum and heal and calm them and energy flow going, and I think that's a good one.
Yes, there are different herbal combinations that we can use, and there's nothing to cure, to treat. There is things to support the body. And every child or adult that is on the spectrum, they have their different symptomologies.
Right.
They have their different areas of opportunity, just like anybody else that doesn't have that diagnosis. There's gut health issues, there's nervous system dysregulation. Usually that's the common denominator for everybody that's on the spectrum. There's difficulty sleeping, there's consistent fidgeting or moving, or some type of stimulation to keep their body active. There are some social uncomfortabilities. Usually they don't want to be around a lot of people because it's too
That's
loud, it's too
my
much
daughter
energy
says steps
around
exactly
across the
that.
board. So those are usually the tall tale signs, and that's like the common denominator. But after that, after the social cues and some of the sensitivities, there's so many other things that could be going awry health wise for them. So to come up with one universal blend, it's disingenuous, but there are definitely things that there's definitely herbs, nervine supportive herbs are really good. I think like herbs that are useful to help people sleep can also be useful for children or adults that are on the spectrum, because the nervous system is key.
A lavender pillow that when they go to sleep, lavender's a great thing to sleep. They don't need to drink it.
That aromatic, right?
Exactly. Fill the room with air filters that have certain herbs in the air filtering machines, so they don't feel like they're drinking it. It's just soothing air. It's going into their lungs. It's going into their system. Now that's not a bad idea.
Right. It's a goal. It's a key.
Yeah.
Supporting the nervous system of, I mean, you parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, if you're a caretaker of any manner, especially our support professionals. Shout out to you guys. I used to work in a place called Cerebral Palsy of NASA as a community integration specialist, and I just have to call out and shout out the staffing that are in these facilities that are working with adults and children with varying abilities and helping and having the care and consideration for them. It's a big thing, and big I know hearts. That could big huge hearts.
Huge hearts. Yep. Listen, my sister, the reason I have a whole entire company called High Tea, and which has teas with CBD in it, is because my sister Hannah who's a monk living in an ashram, got ovarian cancer. And she landed up the last year of her life in my home. And I came up with a whole line of teas watching her going through her difficulties. When you got chemo going for 14 years, your system is
shot.
Thank you for using that word. I was going to get a little more vocal. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm so glad you filled that in. And you know something? And then she went to hospice. And the nurses that work at hospice and take care of knowing they're transitioning, knowing they're in hospice, because they know they're not coming out of that door the other way. They're only going through one doorway, and that's to heaven. And they're beautiful. And I gave them all gift baskets of teas with herbs for sleeping, because they're there for you 24/7.
Right.
And it's something, and I give you a lot of credit for acknowledging even your son having it, because the most parents won't acknowledge it.
That's one of the bigger issues. And I know that there's first time hearing the diagnosis, fear, anger, just not knowing, the uncertainty. What does this mean? What does this mean for their development? What does this mean for
his future?
Our future as a family. Is this something that we're going to have to take care of him for the rest of his life? It was sleepless nights of tears for weeks after receiving this diagnosis, not knowing what is going to have grandkids. Is it your kid? Is he going to be able to be a functional part of society? All of these wild ideas are in your mind because you just don't know. And that is honestly one of the points of having this conversation today, is to bring some reality that things will be okay. No matter what, it will be okay, because as long as you have the desire and the love for your child, as long as you got some type of family, some type of community, and you definitely do, even if you don't utilize it, you do, you can definitely make this work. So I'm going to play a quick breakdown of autism, what it is, based on professionals from Duke University, to give more clarity on what it means.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, autism affects an estimated 1 in 54 children in the United States.
It's more than that now.
You've probably heard a lot of thoughts and ideas about autism, but here's an overview of what we know. autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects a person's social and communication abilities. Persons with ASD also have areas of strong interest and sometimes have repetitive behavior and sensory sensitivities. Autism is sometimes associated with strengths in the areas of
I
visual
got all these
memory,
notes and I ain't using
music,
none of them.
math, and
See, I got
science.
all these notes and I
But
ain't
each
using none
person
of them.
with ASD is unique.
Because we're having a
Autism is a
conversation.
spectrum disorder and varies significantly from person to person. Some people with ASD may require significant support in their daily lives, while others may need less support, and some live entirely independently. Changes in brain development associated with autism begin during the prenatal. These changes are associated with differences in genetics. It is possible to diagnose ASD when a child is between 18 and 24 months of age. Early behavioral intervention helps children with autism learn to communicate and socially interact and has a significant impact on long-term outcome. Support for learning social and communication skills can be helpful throughout adolescence and adulthood. People with autism sometimes have other conditions, such as higher rates of sleep disorders, ADHD, anxiety, depression, and gastrointestinal issues. Treating these co-occurring conditions can make a big difference. As adults, people on the autism spectrum can become employed and contribute in important ways to society. The world is a better place if the qualities of people who are neurodiverse are accepted and valued. The Center for Autism and Brain Development provides state-of-the-art interdisciplinary clinical care, conducts cutting-edge research, trains the next generation.
All right. Yes, this is a breakdown from Duke University about what autism is. And I think they went to a good point of emphasis of trying to support the other co-factoring issues like ADHD and anxiety and sleeplessness and insomnia, things like that. That is where we come in with our T's. Our T's are not to fix autism. Our T's are to support some of the symptomologies that can occur alongside of someone that's on the spectrum or having that diagnosis. What are the common things that they have in common? So that is an important factor. And I wanted to at least share that video to give a high level university approach on explaining what autism is versus me as a parent dealing with this and working with other organizations as well. Like I had mentioned, and Dad, that I am defining autism differently with Quentin Mesenton, which he lives out in Queens, and they have a lot of different meetups. And I've been, honored to speak at a couple of them in the past. But I just think it's important for families and parents to know that you guys are not alone in this journey of raising a beautiful and intelligent and capable individual with their capacities. Yes, it is a challenge to learn the differences on how they learn and to be able to help them navigate the world as the world is trying to catch up to how the differences of learning can be catered to, I should say. And it is definitely an ongoing challenge that we all as a society have to work towards. Now, the other side of the conversation, which we're not going to get into much of today, but that is preventing and how to stop the prevalence of autism from continuing to go down. Yeah, that's a big conversation. But right now, we're dealing with the reality that these numbers are significant. That Duke University, and this was years ago, they said 1 in 54. It has definitely gotten closer to 1 in 30. And in some cases, in some areas, I heard 1 in 12. So knowing that, there's a significant number of people that will be diagnosed on a spectrum as children. And then also there's a growing population of adults that are now getting evaluated with all the new evaluation tools and diagnostic tools and realizing that they've gone their entire life on the spectrum undiagnosed. Right. And that is oftentimes an awakening for a lot of people.
And they win the Nobel Peace Prize.
And that's one thing I can say in my experience, and this is not a blanket statement, but I think most people can agree with this. People that are on the spectrum don't have an evil bone in their body.
No.
It's just, there is purity.
It's not part of their whole psychic around them.
Right.
They have like a whole other filter going on. They've got a whole other energy level around them. They kind of, and if they're lucky and their parents, like my girlfriend Steffi, Jeremy, I mean, she's built a whole life for him around it. He's playing his music night and day, and he records it, and he brings on songs, he creates albums, and they're on YouTube. It's, you have to work with it.
Yes.
And you learn that out of it, like there's something magical going on. Wait a second. My son's on the spectrum. Maybe he'll be the next Elton John. Who knows?
Yeah.
He can get focused into one thing. Like they turn into be great chess players. My granddaughter, Alayla, is 10 years old, fabulous chess player. And she plays with kids on the spectrum who play chess. And they're great at it. I mean, they're focused, laser focused. They don't love losing. That's not, oh boy, they're not
Ain't
good.
Nobody like to lose.
They don't like to lose. Just like it's soccer. They all play soccer, and boy, they don't like getting off that field losing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you have some challenges for your son, but I think that if you pick up a hobby.
Oh, he has a lot of his hobbies are reading. He loves reading.
Right.
He loves history.
Got it.
He loves everything in the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
He knows these topics in the past like it's no other, especially and specifically dinosaurs. The Triassic, the Jurassic, all those.
He's 7, right?
Yeah, he's 10. And it's not a phase. He knows more dinosaurs than anybody else that I know in the world. and I'm telling you, he knows them, like where they're from, how old they were,
right?
All of the details of the type of
gene.
Yes, he knows everything about dinosaurs, and he wants to do a dinosaur club. We were trying. Can't find dinosaur clubs for kids.
Well, then let him create it.
And that's what we're doing.
Hello.
So right now we are creating a dinosaur club for kids
and
adults, honestly, because he knows more than the average kid can process. Right. So this is for anybody who loves dinosaurs. You can join Max Dinosaur Club.
Well, I have to tell you something funny. I just did a drive with my granddaughter and my family to Boca, Florida, and there's a market there called Frank's Market. And in this market, they have something called the dinosaur melon.
Dinosaur
melon. I've never seen it anywhere. And I looked it up. It's got another name that we could pick it up here in the north.
Okay.
And meanwhile, it's delicious. He's going to love the dinosaur melon.
Now I'm going to tell him it's a dinosaur melon.
There's a dinosaur melon.
Even if it's nasty, he's going to eat it because now it's delicious.
It's off the charts. Wait till he tries it.
Yes. So I'm excited about that. And I'm also excited about having some in-person events and gatherings as the weather is getting very warm now. I think it was 80 yesterday, high 80s.
Today.
It's going to be 80 today. So spring is amongst us.
Right.
We're going to be actually the last Sunday of this month. I'm going to be doing a nature walk on the Jersey side of the bridge, right?
I know someone that lives in Jersey.
Yeah, you can come on up. I'm letting you know on April 27th, I believe.
Okay.
It was the last Sunday, whatever the last Sunday of the month is. We're going to be having a nature walk in the Flat Rock Preserve in Englewood. Englewood, yes. You can come on by. Yes, I'm inviting everyone.
Come on down.
Come on down and join us for a nature walk in Englewood, New Jersey on April 27th. That's Sunday.
No.
Is it 24th?
Yeah.
24th then.
Right.
Yes. Last Sunday of the month. I know that. The last Sunday of the month.
Because the 26th, I'm at a book signing. A doctor interviewed me in her book. Dr. Susan Mayer.
Nice.
I'm in a book. Women over 60 and their brilliance. You still got it.
Yeah.
And she did a book, Champagne and Diversity.
Nice.
And I'm in the whole chapter on Miriam Novalle.
Look at that.
That you can make it happen. don't like, oh, I'm 60. I'm never going to do that. Right? Forget it. I'm finished. No, it just begins. So everybody, get ready. It's just happening. I know it's college students listening, and I know that the universe is listening, but I have to tell you, there's so many fabulous things that happen at different parts and times of your life. And if you're having a great cup of tea with it, then you go and open and infuse it into your existence every day.
Yes. Let nature be part of your life every day.
So what tea are you going to bring with you on your nature walk?
I'm probably going to bring the Emerald Vitality tea.
Ooh, I like that. What's in that?
Inside of the Emerald Vitality, we have cleavers.
Got it.
We have alfalfa.
Okay.
We have jagulin.
Okay.
And we have nettle leaf.
All right. Great combo.
Yeah. So I figured, it's going to be a spring day. We'll have a tea with some nettle in there just in case anybody got some allergies. They can kind of help stave off.
That's what nettle does. What exactly does nettle do for allergies?
So it reduces the inflammatory response because allergies are an overaction of your immune system to pollen.
Right. That's why in my immune tea I have nettles.
Yeah.
So I know.
So nettle is definitely a good herb to help with that process and easing the response of it. So you're not getting as many boogers coming out your nose or your eyes not itching as much. So the histamine response, it can help benefit that for sure. Because the stinging nettle itself is a plant. Before it's harvested or used to make tea, if you touch that stinging nettle, it will sting the crap out of you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You ever touched it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
My goodness.
I got 100 pounds of it sitting in my warehouse. Are you kidding me? I use it to make my immunity.
When I had an event at a community garden.
25 pounds.
I had a community garden event with some kids, and the stinging nettle was growing, right? So one of the kids knew what it was, another kid didn't. He was like, "Hey, look, this one? Touch it, touch it."
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Set that little boy up. He was like, "Ah!" He ran back. He was like, "I got stung by a bee." I was like,
no.
It's stinging nettle, man. I was like, "Why you do that to him?" He started laughing. But to get a sting from a stinging nettle, it definitely can be aggravating and annoying to somebody. But once you denature the sting, like you take the stinging nettle, harvest it with some proper protection equipment, and you soak it and you dry it, and those stinging needles are now gone, and you still have the nettle and all the benefits. And the reason why stinging nettle developed that defense is because it's so ridiculously nutrient rich. Everything that's an herbivore would graze on it. They would want to eat it because everything. So it needed to develop a defense to keep itself protected.
Okay, Mr. Deer, you're not having me this morning. Ding, ding.
And that's the beauty, man. So you know what, Miriam, you mentioned a couple of times you're in a season of life that is past mine, past my dad's, and I want to give a shout out to my dad right now because
how old's your dad?
My dad just turned 65.
Oh, he's a baby.
He's a baby. You hear that, Dad? You a
Dad,
baby.
You're a baby. You're just starting to grow hair under your pits.
But I've been trying to get him to join me on the radio, so he can talk.
Well, let him talk from his home and
That's
be
what
on
I
the radio.
said. Dad, you can call in, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Miriam's up here.
Yeah,
you
can call in. I want to hear your voice. Come on, call in right now. Come on, 212-650-6903. Just push it into your phone right now. 212-650-6903. Go ahead, I dare you.
Oh man, we'll see. My dad doesn't take commands very well.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to dare you.
He don't listen.
How would you like to hear and talk to your son on the radio? Does that sound better? Okay.
Yeah, but I definitely wanted to give him a shout out because I didn't give him a shout out for his birthday earlier. But I've been meaning to, because he's now officially a senior citizen. He's officially a grandpa. According to the books.
Oh, he could be a grandpa at 30. Hello.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But
welcome to Harlem.
Just to highlight that, I wanted to do it for sure. But one thing, you can't believe this hour has gone by so fast. It's crazy.
That's what happens when you're having a good time.
That is always happening,
right?
But I wanted to share this story about artificial intelligence and AI, utilize AI and and some of the pitfalls and the benefits, and it's not going anywhere apparently.
Excuse me,
based
I
on what's
use
happening.
Claude every day.
So check. It is a very useful tool.
Do not
Right?
fear it.
Do not
Use
fear
it.
it, but
Use it.
do not allow it to break down some important things and make you feel crazy. Because I asked it the other day to give me a synopsis on the Artemis 2
Which
mission.
AI site?
I used ChatGPT.
Okay.
I used ChatGPT, and it told me the Artemis 2 mission did not launch. It is not launched. It's in preparation stage. It did not go anywhere.
Yeah, I know.
The pilot, Victor Glover.
Right.
Victor Glover was the pilot. The first black pilot, I think.
Yes.
To go into
Yes.
deep space, right?
Yes.
That's a monumental achievement. And the fact that they went around the moon, that is pretty crazy. But
you have to be careful with AI information.
Right, and this is the
That's
point.
what you're trying to make the point.
That's the
That's
point.
not. It's not black and white when they say it.
I asked
it
it.
is.
Yes, I asked it to give me information about this mission. It told me that the mission did not take place, and then I started to feel like I'm crazy. So then I just simply went on Google. I'm like, yo, this mission went on, right? It was like, yeah. I was like, yo, I told the AI, yo, it's on CNN. It was streaming live on YouTube. It just posted an article about it on the website of NASA. And it said, no, that's something old. So I want you guys to realize that AI has some pitfalls.
Oh,
right? It did not realize that this mission just took place. So it was relying on previous information to give me inaccurate information right now.
Right. You have to double check.
You got to double check all the time. Don't just take it for face value.
I double check Claude. I use Claude all the time.
It's a beautiful tool. It's a beautiful tool. Definitely great for business. But there's studies shown in, I want to say it was MIT, Harvard, and Stanford,
right,
where they did brain scans on the students that were using AI versus the ones that they weren't. And they were seeing a decline in cognitive function. And this is associated with, cognitive offloading, because now you don't need to remember certain things because you're using a tool in order to do that stuff.
You have a backup.
And that is bringing some negative effects to our brain function. So I wanted to say that to make sure that people realize the beautiful tool that it is, but also realize that it does have an impact on our minds and our brains. So you guys take that with a grain of salt. Make sure that you hug and love today. Show some respect, honor, and love for our individuals on the spectrum. Shout out to the parents and the grandparents and the aunts and uncles, all the caretakers for people that are on the spectrum, to help them guide their way through this reality that we're living in. And as always, protect your peace. Find a piece of nature and let the nature guide your way. I appreciate y'all for tapping in on WHCR 90.3 FM radio, the voice of Harlem. And we'll holla at y'all next time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Peace. Boom. All right. 8 o'clock on the dot. Make sure we got the music coming back.
You're really going to safeguard the health of your children. Please allow yourself to know more information than you're getting from the mainstream.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Do you need any of these?
No. I don't need
adequate information about vaccines, about pediatric care.
Oh, shoot.
Truly being dedicated to
thank y'all for tapping in.
Truth for the folks. Oh, man, this is your host, Danny Perot, the People's Herbalist. I got to tell you guys, on